Hi, in this video I'm going to talk about the beginning of Chinese medicine, how it started, how it got developed, and a little bit about ancient China. Enjoy! A while back, like 3,000 years ago, Chinese people started the process of creating their own unique kind of medicine. We have documents dating back for like thousands of years, giving us a very valuable look at what people were suffering from back then, and more importantly, how they were treated. Yeah, so the Chinese documented their whole process and different practices on how they created their medicine and how they treated their people. This knowledge became the ground and the base from which Chinese medicine sparked from and developed to what it is today. China is massive, it always was, which meant they had very big assortment of ailments and diseases varying out throughout the land, a fact that accidentally became very handy to us because it made them develop so many tools and techniques just to treat their people and enrich the pool of knowledge that we can draw from to this day. Different conditions and lifestyles and situations created different problems and call for different types of treatments. So now let's get a bit more specific and see how the different disciplines of Chinese medicine were developed throughout the land. The north. The north of China suffered from the coldness of the Russian weather. They had yaks, which are an ox-related cattle animal that helped them work the land, but also gave them meat and milk. This kind of fatty diet, alongside the coldness, created somewhat of a hazardous combination. It made the people suffer from symptoms like flu, blood clots, mucus, sinusitis, and much more. Due to those problems, the Chinese nutrition discipline came from the north. The practices developed from it are still in use to this day. On top of that, there isn't one person in the world who doesn't know the values of a good nutrition. The south. The south had very fertile land and most of the people were farmers. They worked a lot in the sun, exhausting their muscles. They suffered a lot from heat, rigid muscles, various orthopedic problems, strokes, and much more. Those issues led the people of the south to create the acupuncturing techniques to relax the body and calm their minds. They created the needles, which later became one of Chinese medicine's most known tools, and even though the needles themselves changed a lot throughout the years, the technique remained and we still use needles in our clinic to this day. The west. The west of China has the ocean. People were sailors and fishermen. They stayed long hours in windy conditions, high level of salt, and exposed to nature's mood swings. They suffered from high blood pressure, heart problems, confusion, stress, and much more. To deal with it, they discovered the techniques of cupping and bloodletting, which I will explain more thoroughly about in future videos. Both techniques are excellent for treating excess and when the body needs to let go of things and get invigorated. Still in high use to these days, cupping and bloodletting became super popular all around the globe. They are often used by all types of therapists and doctors, regardless of their medicine background. The East. The east of China was green and lush and bountiful, filled with all kinds of plants and herbs. People who lived there were mostly rich and had less materialistic problems, so understandably they suffered from issues of the mind. Psychosis, depression, dementia, mania, and much more. Surrounded by all those beautiful plants, the people of the East developed the herbal medicine section of the Chinese medicine, using all kinds of formulas and concoctions to treat their ailments. Some say that the Chinese herbal medicine is the real base of the whole system known to us today as the traditional Chinese medicine, or TCM. And it's fair to say that herbal medicine in general was one of the first steps to lead us towards developing all those drugs we use so freely nowadays. The middle of China. The center of China holds all the big markets. A lot of people coming together, pushing, shoving, brushing off against one another creates a lot of friction. Being surrounded by so many people all of the time can be a very intense situation. It creates tension, heart palpitation, anxiety, fear, and much more. So in the middle of China, they developed and later adopted from abroad the massaging techniques. They help to alleviate pain, calm the nerves, quiet the mind, and relax the body. Massaging techniques are extremely popular all around the world and they are only getting bigger. So today, Chinese medicine is one of the oldest recorded types of medicine in the world. And as we learned, it is mostly comprised of 5 different disciplines: nutrition, acupuncture, herbal medicine, cupping and bloodletting, and the massaging techniques. I think it can benefit everyone to know a little bit more about it. If you think the same, you can like and share the video. And if you want to see more content like that, consider subscribing to the channel. As always, I'm only human and I might be wrong on some of the things I've said. I encourage you to research for yourself, Google stuff, ask around, and let me know if I made any mistakes throughout the video or maybe just purposefully lied to you. Thank you and stay healthy.